Better. Oh, okay, no problem. No problem. So, madam, I'd like to welcome you again.
Thank you.
And I'd like you to start off by introducing yourself and then your relationship to the late Melvin.
My name is Ruth Pat Petmo Pakai, and I'm his aunt.
And you are?
Grace Pittman from his aunt.
Lincoln Cooper, first cousin.
So, ma'am, tell us, you guys will have to start out telling us why are you here today.
Okay, we are here to speak out on the murder of our son. For us, our family, it was murder. We have reached the conclusion that our son was murdered. We're not accepting any suicide. Our son was murdered. And we are only here so that government can be able to tell us why he was murdered and who murdered him.
Who was Melvin prior to his death?
Melvin was a gentle giant. Melvin was very lovable, kind, funny, gentle. Melvin was everybody's friend. That's who Melvin was. A gentle giant.
What was your last interaction with Melvin prior to his death?
The last interaction with Melvin was on the phone. Before Melvin left to go up on the tour with the president, he called, and that was a tradition he had. He called his grandmother and asked for prayer. He did that all the time. And that was the last time he called and he was going on the tour with the president and we should pray for him. That was the last time. That was the last time.
You earlier spoke about raising Melvin, helping to raise Melvin. What sort of child did you know him from his childhood to be?
Melvin lost his mother when he was under 3 years old. So we raised Melvin, his mother's family, we raised him. His mother was the sister between two of us. She was next to me. And Melvin, we raised him in our family in a Christian home. This is the first cousin right here. All of these kids were raised together. Melvin had never had any problem. He was raised as a normal child. Loving and caring. That's who Melvin was. And when he became a young man, he went into the world with the same attitude. Today, you will see people talk about Melvin all over. They will give you that character of Melvin. That's why when people come to us and tell us that our son killed himself, this family, no matter where you take us, this family is not going to accept that our son, he's not even capable of killing a fly. He's going to kill himself? No. If our son wanted to kill himself, he was a trained officer. He would have taken a single bullet. He would not torture himself by shooting all over his body. Who would want to torture themselves? And the circumstances surrounding this death is why we really have the family to say, our son did not kill himself. And we want to know who killed him and why. That's why.
And what have you been told by the government?
They say he committed suicide. The family said, no. Capital N-O, no. He did not commit any suicide. The people took Melvin's life. And we won't answer for that. He will not serve his country for 15 years on a decent record. Then you kill him and want to bury him for that record to go into history? No wonder. We want our son's name to be clear. He never killed himself. We want justice for Melvin. They must clear Melvin's name. Then the government got the nerve to come to us after they killed our son. It took 2 weeks. Nobody came to us to even say, people, you're sorry. Nobody came to us to say anything to us, to even officially explain to us how our son died. That has not happened from government yet. But 2 weeks after his death, they come to us to ask about his burial. 3 weeks after his death, they come to say they can only embalm him.
Have you seen the body of Melvin?
I've seen the body. I've seen the body of Melvin. And the body I saw, he had dressing on this side of his head, he had dressing here, and he had a dressing here. When I looked on his abdomen, I saw a hole through his shirt. I saw a hole there. When I was trying to go lower to the legs, we were not allowed to go that far. And we left the funeral home. So those things are assault on my son. I'm sorry. I need a different answer than the suicide. We're not going to settle. This family will not settle for any kind of suicide. They must clean up the record that he did for this government. He lived his life. This is a man who put his life on the line when you are working with the president. Do you know that a bullet comes that the bullet guys can take bullet for the president? Now this is the man who is laying down his life for his country. Then he stayed all night working. He was now a madman. He worked all night guarding his president. He was now a madman. But suddenly in the morning, he gets mad, he takes a gun, and he killed himself. Does that make any sense to anybody? It does not make sense to us. So we're not buying that.
Have you been able to talk to any of Melvin close friends, confidant?
All of Melvin's friends that we know, even the ones that were dancing at his wedding just in October, they danced there in the ring. Not a single one has called to say sorry, nor have anybody come to us, including government that said, nobody has been to us. Nobody has been to us to sympathize with us. It was only, I think, like last 2 weeks after his death that they sent their low-class EPS people to come find out about his burial. After they posted on the Executive Mansion website that they were investigating, they have not come back to us to tell us the result of the investigation, but they have come back to tell us, hey, Kilo can't find out how you're going to bury him. The body has not even been turned over to us. Government still has his body. Tomorrow we'll make it 3 weeks. Government still has that body.
I mean, some people are concerned about why have you been so quiet for a while since the incident. The family now.
Yeah.
Why has the family been so quiet?
You see, that's exactly what the family is. A quiet family. But the reason why we have been sitting back from the day of Melvin's death news when it hit us, his wife has been in hiding. His wife has been terrified and has been in hiding. So if we are going to protect our daughter, we can't come to the public, hoping that it was just going to be few days thing. But now, it's 3 weeks tomorrow. And
Why is she in hiding? Why?
The reason she's in hiding, I can't speak to that. It is maybe we'll say, well, security issue or something like that. Yeah,
Who's
so
after her?
Still a security issue. Yeah, still a security issue. Yeah.
Have you been able to talk to his immediate boss, the late Melvin immediate boss?
The EPA boss.
Yeah.
He does not even want to know whether we exist. He does not even want to know if Melvin is dead. This EPA boss has never contacted us to come and sympathize with us. He has never been there.
Has the president
He has
called?
never been. The president is the same as the EPS. They all work on the same role. They are all operating on the same direction. Nobody has called. President has not called. EPS has not called. They have not been there. They have not even sent a half-hour delegation to come and even sympathize with us. That has not even happened yet.
Who's the most senior officer that has visited you as family?
We don't have any yet. I'm not sure, but we don't, because what happened was the people who they sent from the EPS that ready. When I tell you the way we train there, since this is live, it can be something, but the people who came to us from EPS, they don't have no answers for us. And I don't think they really have like higher position in EPS. There are some low class people. Like everybody is afraid to come. So they run like you collect the janitor. No, we're not going there. You pack the janitor and the sweepers, then you say you're good, and they prosecute you for us. That's how you see it. Because they see Bushy as a chicken. They don't see him as an officer who served his country for 15 years. They don't see him as that. Because if they were seeing him in that life, they would treat the family better than that. Yeah.
While serving under the previous government, I mean, what was the mental state of your son?
Our
Honor
son
Evan Johnson study.
has always been sound, normal person. Not a day that we have had anything whatsoever, any message, any regarding our son. He's just been a normal human being. As he grew up a normal kid, he was still a normal person until they took his life.
Did he have a child?
He had 3 children, but with his wife, he had one son who was only 4 years old. Yeah. And these people come to us and tell us, say, 3 weeks after they have killed our son, and they come to us and tell us, say, oh, we will just embalm him. We just embalm him. We want to know how our son was killed and why. And we're ready for it now.
And how are you going to go about that?
Anyway, we have to go and take placards and go out there, we'll go out there. We go to civil society, we're going to civil society. Anywhere that we can find help to clear our son's name. That's what we're going to do now. You will understand that a woman gave birth to him after carrying him 9 months and he was not a chicken.
So, I mean, others who have called for specific kind of investigation to show proof of death. I mean, even though we've been told he was shot, or he shot himself rather. I mean, do you want further, like some would say, autopsy done on the body, or do you want to?
From where we are now, like earlier on, we were not looking to autopsy. He was shot. If they had told us earlier on that they shot our son, we were going to be done. But since they say he killed himself, this opened the door for anything. As the family go on, I can't make decision for the entire family, and his wife is still out there. So they will have to come here and decide what they really want to do.
So, ma'am, I mean, I know you have your experience with the late, personal experience with Melvin prior to his death.
Yes.
And what was that?
Melvin was a lovely person. He loved everybody, he cared for everybody. There was not a day, if you go out there and ask friends, that maybe made anyone to feel bad. My last interaction with Melvin, I went to his house, so 3 weeks before he died. And he was cooking rice. And when I said, Bushy, that's how we call him, Bushy. I said, Bushy, I'm hungry. Oh. He said, Auntie, I come to cook quick so he can eat. And then Bushy started to cook the rest quick. He told his son, go and buy water for my auntie to drink. And I said, I come here, I'm wishing. Why order to a friend? I left. I stayed about 10 minutes before I could come back. He was feeling cooking the rest. He dished out the rest, put in the plate, and he served me. And I started eating. He told me, he said, Auntie, don't get vexed here. I will find you something. I went to him every other morning to check on him. The moment I stepped there, he can say, oh, the security woman not come again. Because I used to worry about him. So I always went there to check. Everywhere he lived, I followed him. But the last time I called Melvin, and I asked him about my other son. I said, Melvin, have you seen Leo? He said, yes, Auntie. Leo was at the house with me yesterday. We ate. But I'm going on a trip with the president. Coming back. When I come back, Auntie, I will call you. Une, for his wife to call me on the 19th and say, Mommy, something bad in our family. What? Put it down. Put it down. Oh God. She said, push it down. I said, what can push it? The moment I said it, I accepted it. Because I went Kakata on my way coming. I had a motorbike accident on the 18th. And the motorbike gashed my toe. You can see it almost cut off. That I knew that. So I lost somebody. I feel in myself that I really lost somebody. Since Bushy died, no one ever asked anything. There were some friends that danced at his wedding. We saw them in a group dancing and demonstrating certain way when they go for the training. There have never been anyone who have come to us to even call to say anything about Bushy. Bushy is lying there in struggle. And the government are not saying, you know, the more hurtful about it. Choco, who is the EPA boss, grew up with Melvin's father and uncle in Congo town there. He passed every day to go to work, come to town, here in Monrovia town, and goes back. He ate with Pushy father and uncles. He has never stopped one day to even sympathize, not on behalf of the government, but on behalf of himself and his family, people that he knew. No one. Not even the president, George Weah, who Pushy guarded for 3 years. Pushy had been guarding him. Pushy was a son on the motorcade. Whenever I used to live to ERA, so whenever the motorcade passed, because sometimes when I go into the market, I would see you, I wave to him, then he would do like this. He would do his thing like this, you know, like this, you know. No one. There had not been an official statement from the president or even from the EPA boss to say that one of their officers died. But believe me, for us with the family, we do not believe that Pushy killed himself. Pushy did not kill himself. We raised Pushy. We know Pushy. Pushy grew up in a Christian home. Pushy will not take his life. Pushy is not crazy. Pushy was not crazy. Pushy did not take a drug. Pushy guarded President George Weah from the morning, from the night until the morning. Then Pushy take crazy to kill himself. There is no record to show to any hospital that Pushy had a medical problem. And if Pushy had a medical problem, he was not be guarding the president. He guarded the president, Eddie Johnson Sally, for 12 years. We heard nothing. But when they come to this government, just to take him and carry him, brought him back as cargo. Listen, brother. Let this government tell us something. Pushy did not commit suicide. Let it clear his name. We are ready to die.
Yeah.
We are ready to die.
Yeah.
We kept silent for reasons. Now we are ready to die.
Yeah.
We are ready to speak up. We call upon civil society. We call upon the legislature. We call upon them. That was Delon, Yaga Konuba, all those men that are out there. We call them to come and help us to speak for us. We need justice. We need justice for our son. We need justice for Pushy. We need justice. They murder him. That's what I'm gonna say. Thank you. Murder Pushy.
Do you want his body as family? Do you want government turning over his body to you as a family?
Because they came to us and told us they were wounded after he worked 15 years, served this government faithfully. They came and said they only do the embalming. If they only do the embalming, then they gave us the body. We are capable to bury Pushy. We are not depending upon government, but because he served in government, that we have been giving government chase. It's not like we are able to bury Pushy.
Thank you. What may you have here? Do you have something to say as well? I know he was your cousin, and people who knew him, you guys know that, like, yeah.
Pushy myself, my other cousin, I think about 5. We work together with our grandmother. It was not used to be easy. Our grandmother, you see, so she's a mother. Pray God and to say she will get younger. We're so happy for her. But the way she took care of us, she came back home. No. If you want, she tell you you want. Push and all will struggle, will suffer. That woman took care of good 9 questions from the division. Our uncle started ministry with the grandchildren on the woman. She worked at BWI. We would go. So now our food was used to eat papa. Who she see so? Our goalkeeper there. We call him Shoppo. Our goalkeeper there. We play football together. How Bush see so? I just say Bush come and take your life. We believe it. You go up 100%, you can't down. We believe it. Bush is up. Good everywhere we live. Even into a farm, go to a farm. You just take a survey into a farm. You just take a survey into a farm. They will tell you about Bush. Everywhere we live. West Plate, me and Bush. Because a resetting time now, decide to get married, he decided to get married. That's all that's played me and Bush. Bush got to go away, I go my way. But just can't, just get out a problem now. Bush kid himself. I told the people, I told them, say, it's not true. So we are pleading to the legislatures, let them try to investigate, because we know he never told in life. So we're begging, even the women of that bureau. Mama Eddie Johnson said it, that boy serve you. You gotta do something. Don't sit. You know Bushy. You know him very well.
Yes.
Put yourself together. You investigate Bush case. Begging you. We hold your foot. Bush lean down there. He there lean down. Bush is there.
Looking for justice.
You can kill them. You can kill them. You can kill them. You can kill them. You are absolute murder. You can kill them. God, where are you? God? Where are you? God? Where are you? God? Speak faster. I can't go nowhere.
You see Bush here? Yeah, Bush on his side. Let me on his side. Oh. This is our older brother. This woman are crying, not her daughter yet. This other woman, not her daughter yet. The two children in the States. So you see, this is a family.
Thank you.